No one-to-one devices? You can still be an awesome technology using school. We'll learn how in episode 423.
The 10-Minute Teacher Podcast with Vicki Davis. Every weekday, you'll learn powerful, practical ways to be a more remarkable teacher today.
Today, we're talking with Gail Charnick. She's an IT coach at a school in Prince William County, Virginia, that is K-5 through 5th grade. Now, this is a little bit of a different take of a Wonderful Classroom Wednesday because Gail works with lots of wonderful classrooms. And Gail, how I first found you is you tweeted out a picture of a gingerbread house and you were talking about assessment and rubrics and that sort of thing. What did you do?
For our December faculty meeting, our principal pulled us in and she gave us all gingerbread houses and she asked us to decorate them with no directions. And then at the end, she gave us the rubric and we're like, wait, we didn't know we were supposed to put candy all over the roof and we didn't know we were supposed to use all of the candy. So we were a little disgruntled because we really didn't know the standard before we were given the project. And she used that to tie in as we move towards standards-based grading in our county, what it is we should be providing for our students so they know the objectives and they know what the goal is for projects that we do in our building.
What a great teaching moment. And I bet teachers were upset when they found out the rubric at the end.
Yes. It was like, wait a minute, there was a rubric? We didn't know.
Yeah. And, there are kids who feel that way, don't they?
Yes, absolutely. That you get to the end and you start to grade them and you go, well, they didn't do this or they didn't do that. But as teachers, if we did not communicate what the objective was and how they were supposed to show proficiency, we haven't pushed them towards the learning that they need.
Oh, Gail, do you want to mention your administrator's name? Because props to your administrator for a real fun team building teaching moment.
Yes, her name is Amanda Whitney, and our assistant principal is Leslie Lido. They are fabulous. They created lots of great activities for us to do in December.
Love that. Okay. So what are some other things? Now, y'all are doing some cool things with Flipgrid. What grades and what are you doing?
Yes, we use a lot of tools in our building, and I love the chance to showcase some of the things that we do in our building. So for Flipgrid, we have been using it for book reviews. Some of our teachers have set up the station. I found something on Twitter that I liked. I recreated it, gave it out to some of my teachers, and now they're starting to use it as a book review station. They have a grid, and the kids can share the books that they're reading with other kids so that encouraging others to read other books. We also have some teachers who are using Flipgrid to showcase math things that they're doing in the classroom, to show math problems, to show that they have learned or how they solved a particular math problem.
Okay, so is that like filmed or are they shooting that on their device? Do they have iPads or what devices do they have?
We are not a one-to-one school. We have iPads that we share in the upper grades and the lower grades. So they are using those just as as part of their station, as part of their guided reading groups. When their station gets it, they're able to share and do those on the iPads. And we're also able to use our second graders have just got the Kindle project. In the entire county, they were all given Kindles, and they're starting to use the Flipgrid on the Kindle as well.
Oh, so Flipgrid works well on the Kindle. Are there any glitches with it?
We just started using it, so I haven't run into any yet. I know one teacher has been using it, and we just got them like 3 weeks ago.
Awesome. So much. And there's so many ways. I mean, that's the great thing about a lot of these web tools is they can be used on just about any device. Now, you also have some other things you're doing. Tell us about Wixie and what that is and the cool trading card project.
Right. Well, Wixie is one of my favorite programs that we use at our school. We use it K-5. We do all particular kinds of projects. Wixie is a collaborative online tool. We can also use Wixie. So Pixie is the desktop version. Wixie is the online version, so teachers can create assignments and give to them. But the creativity that allows children to show what they know, not just another worksheet. We use it in a variety of different ways. One of the ones we did was the trading card, where students can do research about an animal or they could do research about a person, and they create a little trading card with the facts that they researched or facts that they learned, include a little picture. We print out 9 on a sheet, and then they actually trade them with other classmates so that they have a whole deck of trading cards about animals or about the famous people that they need to know. So that's really great. It does have a collaborative feature so that you're able to, the students, if they were creating something much like with a PowerPoint, but again, Wixie is very kid-friendly. Our students in first, second, and third grade use Wixie. We had recently students who used it to create a sign for their economics day when they traded items to learn about economics. You have used it to create an underground ocean scene. So we really are using it across the gamut. It even has a feature that allows students to record. And so teachers can record directions in Wixie and the students can record themselves. In the past, we've done things like recording why you shouldn't eat turkey for Thanksgiving. And the kids love to hear themselves talk.
You are not one-to-one, but they have some devices that they can share. And it sounds like you're doing some amazing things. Do you think that schools who say we can't do anything until we're one-to-one, is that right?
Absolutely not. I think that, in fact, there are so many things that we can do. You know, students still need to learn collaboration. They still need to learn how to work with a group. And I don't think that students have to be one-to-one in order to begin to use technology to build those 21st century skills.
Okay. Do you have anything else you're excited about implementing in your school?
Sure, absolutely. I have a couple of teachers who have just started using Seesaw, and especially my ESOL teacher, she uses it with her students to use so they can talk about sequencing. And it's great for those students because they need that fluency. They need the ability to be able to hear themselves, and they love hearing themselves. And one of the great things that she loves about Seesaw is she shares it with her parents. She was able to share the portfolio of their students and the work that they had done at parent conferences. So it was a great way for them to see what's happening in the classroom. She also, this particular teacher has incorporated B-bots. I don't know if you're familiar with them. They're the little...
Oh, yeah, they're awesome, but describe them.
They're the little like robotic bots that have, it's kind of like offline coding where the kids have to go up and back and they have to program it. And, you know, they can program it for sequences of a story. She would program it to different word sounds that they were doing. She creates lots of great things for kids. Really amazing, and how much more voice that they're able to share and how much more they're able to talk. And they love to hear themselves talk on anything they record, whether it's in Flipgrid, Seesaw, or just talking with each other about the B-bots.
Is your school more teacher driven where the teachers ask to use the technology, or how are you coaching them where you have, you know, because you have a lot of different tools being used. And I love this approach of, you know, this teacher's using this and this teacher's doing that. But, you know, some schools tend to mandate and some schools tend to kind of let teachers, I guess, be more asking. What's your approach?
In our school, I meet with grade levels every month to talk about, you know, ideas for the upcoming units. And really, with all technology, you really need to use the technology tools that match what you need. It really, in my opinion, shouldn't be mandated exactly what tools you use. We are actually a Microsoft county. We use Microsoft 365 for a lot of our things, but we also use other tools as well. And I think that it's important as the teacher to find the tool that matches the curriculum, that matches the purpose. We shouldn't be forcing ourselves to use, you know, a particular program if that doesn't meet our needs, because that's real world learning. You need to, that's one of the skills and part of ISTE, the ISTE standards is them knowing what tool to choose for any given activity that they need to complete.
How do you get your ideas?
I get a lot of ideas actually on Twitter. At night, instead of scrolling through Facebook, I'll scroll through Twitter and I have ideas, and I know particular teachers and I kind of match them up. I know if they're comfortable with using Flipgrid or they're comfortable with using Seesaw, I'll send them an idea that says, hey, check this out. I also have a great group of ITCs that I work with. There are a lot of us. I won't even name how many because I don't know. And they are a great resource to new ideas and trying new things. So we're willing to take risks because we know we have a support system to kind of back us up if we get in a jam and not sure what to do.
So, remarkable educators. I love Gail's description. This is really a school, an organization that obviously has a culture of innovation, a culture of risk-taking, a culture of trying new things and having conversations about what works for learning. Thank you, Gail, for all the fantastic ideas and also sort of for modeling for us this mindset of having a culture where you do innovate and try new things. Thanks. Hi, teachers. This is Vicki Davis, your host. Every weekend, I send my free newsletter to more than 10,000 educators. It's full of ideas and freebies and all kinds of links and resources that are only in the newsletter. To get your copy, sign up at coolcatteacher.com/newsletter.
Thank you for listening to the 10-Minute Teacher Podcast. You can download the show notes and see the archive at coolcatteacher.com/podcast. Never stop learning.